Viewer discretion is advised while watching this program. The thoughts and views expressed are solely those of the two hosts.
I started recording already.
I want to turn the camera on. Control Shift and K.
I wonder if the camera will start during the show. Let me see. System preferences. What's going on here?
You can hear me okay?
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Nope.
Huh. Wonder why. This camera's letting me down today. Let me unplug it.
When you plugged in?
Yeah, let me unplug it and I'll plug it back. How about now? No.
I don't see you.
How about now?
Not yet. Yeah, I'm having trouble too. It's not doing anything for me. I'm plugging it in and plugging it out. Let's see. Does it show up?
I see you.
Yeah. Here's the camera. Shouldn't have started recording. There you go. Do you have to turn it on every time with the settings or something? Or?
I'm not sure.
It's weird. Or is the camera button on?
No.
The mic, the camera, and the phone?
No. I can see it now.
Yeah.
I can see me now. I just can't see. Like the camera's on.
Like the light on the bottom of the screen and the camera's switched on?
No.
Oh, can you switch it on or no?
How do you do that?
Just click it.
Yeah, I did.
Should turn blue.
I wonder if I go to settings.
Yeah, can you do settings while we're on this call? I'm gonna try and do it too. Audio and video settings. Go to that. Let's see. Video.
It's on. It's like I have it turned on, but it's not like registering.
Oh, I switched my other camera. Oh, there it is. It's better?
What?
Oh, it's upside
Me or
down.
you?
My camera. Tell me if this is a better camera than my usual. You see. We'll let the fans decide. Let's see. Cover my other one. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe it's worse than my other. I can't tell.
I don't know. I can't see anything now.
You can see around my room now.
No, I can't see anything.
Oh, because I'm doing these fucking settings. Wait up. Let me apply it.
It's not even letting me turn on the camera, huh? Now I can see you.
Yeah. Do you see? Does this camera look better? I don't know.
about the same.
About the same. But now I can move it around. See the toys.
Wow, look at that.
Like 10 grand worth of toys at least. Crazy, man.
What do you think I have to do to get mine on?
I don't know. I gotta see. Yeah, this is becoming tricky now with this. So all I can tell you is, okay, so I'll show you my computer screen. So you see in the Skype, you're not there and I'm in the corner.
Yeah.
Technically, I'm in the corner. So when I go down here, if I switch this camera symbol off, then it won't show me. If I switch it on, it'll show me.
It's not letting me, like I click it and it's not doing, it's not like.
Interesting.
Control Shift and K. It
Yeah,
says turn video on, Control Shift K, Control Shift K.
Okay. Well, this is a technical difficulty episode.
What if I just go, if I go to the other camera, I wonder if it'll.
Yeah, see if the other camera works. Yeah, this one's like not picking up light as well. That's weird.
The one on the laptop.
Maybe I should have not opened this camera. Yeah, it's pretty dark. Let me see. Let's do a switch. Yeah, what the fuck? This one. See? Yeah, what the fuck? I feel like that's, at least you can see me better. Maybe the quality's
better. You see me now?
Nope. I don't know. This is all through your computer, right?
Yeah. The camera was just on, and I was dicking with it.
When you go to audio and video settings, does it, you know where that is?
Yeah.
And then
turn off incoming video? No, I want to turn on the video, don't I?
Yeah.
That didn't work. That backfired.
Yeah, when I go to audio video settings, it says it gives you a choice between the two cameras. So I switch back to this.
Now I don't see you. Like I have it on the laptop. Like the camera's on right now. Like I can see me. But as soon as I
don't know, man. Let's see. Is that better?
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's not working well. Yeah, I'm trying to like get a good angle with mine. See if it maybe it just need more light to hit me.
Let me reset the computer. You want to take like a little a break or?
Yeah, maybe you just gotta restart, or I can't really think what would make it work. It's plugged in, right?
Yeah.
You can't switch to your other camera on the audio video settings?
No, like it's not letting me do shit.
Huh. I don't know if you want to restart, it'll probably work after you restart, but
fuck.
That sucks.
Like I get it on the audio video settings. And like I can see me now, like the camera's turned on, and when I go to like look.
I can't see.
Anything?
There's no what?
Nothing. You
Really?
can't see me.
Let me end the call and I'll call you back. Let's try that before we restart because that could take 45 minutes.
All right.
All right, I'll end the call.
But you can't see me.
Yeah, it's like your thing's clicked off. Like I click mine off and then it shows that. So if you just click the camera on, that's all I can think. But
how about now?
Oh. Yeah.
I wonder what the hell.
Sometimes maybe it's a Skype thing. I don't know, but sometimes it does show.
All right, so we're good now. We're good now.
I think so. I'm recording.
Am I yelling?
I don't know. Probably. I'm probably yelling too.
Am I too loud?
I don't know. I just but I don't know if it's because of me or the camera.
All right, so we're good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris Adams, aka Songbird, joined here tonight by my illustrious, prestigious colleague, the Apostle, Judah Matthew, aka Ride or Die Dan Kearney. Yep. And we bring to you episode 10. I believe 10.
I don't even know.
We bring to you our latest episode.
Yeah, whatever.
Of the Apostle Songbird
bring them because it's just
gonna
get confusing. We're not gonna keep up with it. I don't know.
So here we are.
Yeah, I got our new sponsor, Starbucks.
Oh, I got some Starbucks. I got a Starbucks visor that I have. I have to wear that on the next episode. Our new our new sponsor, Starbucks. We like Starbucks. I had a Frappuccino this morning.
Merch now.
You got some merch, huh?
Yeah. Downtown Las Vegas, Starbucks.
Wow. Cheers, mate. Did I ever tell you I went to the original Starbucks in Pike's Place?
Oh, yeah?
In Seattle, yeah. The one time I went to Seattle, I went to the original one in Seattle at the Pike's Place Market, and they're the only Starbucks. Fun fact, that has the lady showing her tits off at that original Starbucks. And I when I was there, it was in 2007. I bought a mug and I bought 2 gift cards, and I have that original Starbucks logo with the chick with her tits. Fun fact. Next time you're here, I'll show it to you.
That's cool. It's the mermaid thing?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, that's correct. That's correct.
Tits are out.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a little controversial now, but in 2000,
as long as she gave
consent, I guess it was a big deal.
Yeah, she just needed to give consent, and then it's fine.
Absolutely. Hey, so now I've been playing with the camera, and I think I have it at a good angle now. I was like I was dicking with it a little too much. Now I think I'm good now.
You're like centered, and it's good. It's. I think it's better quality than your.
It's definitely better quality. It's definitely better quality. I agree. I don't know how the audio is. I mean, I'm not a good-looking person to begin with, so.
Oh, don't say that.
HD might not do me any favors.
Yeah, no, but I think mine's better too. It's just I gotta get light on in front of me or something. I don't know. It's not picking up the light as well. But it's less yellow.
Nobody saw this because we had to cancel the previous call. But $10,000, you took an itemized inventory of the toy room, and you looked.
No, my lady was like, so let's just like do a rough estimate of how much all this is worth. And I was like, okay, so like each shelf, let's just say there's because some shelves are like way more than expensive than others, but like in general, there's like I counted how many were on one shelf. There's like, I don't know, like 15 or so, maybe 20 figures on each shelf. Let's just pretend that's a thing. And then I did like, okay, at least $20 each. And then we added it up. We're like, I did poor math at first, and I was like, it's only like a few $100s. And then she's like, wait, what are you talking about? I was like, oh yeah, I don't know how to do math. And I was like, oh fuck, it's probably like minimum 10 grand. I was like, shit, because I was like, oh, if I sold it all, it wouldn't really get me any money. Like it wouldn't be worth selling because it'd be like, you're gonna get like a few $100. But then it's like, oh fuck, 10 grand. But it's, I don't know. It's like, what am I gonna do with? And who's gonna buy it all? For 10 grand even. I probably could sell all this for 10 grand. Nobody has 10 grand to just blow on this shit.
That's like worst case scenario to have to sell that stuff. I mean, we worked hard. I mean,
yeah. And I
a little
haven't
harder
been
than
doing
me
well
to
lately with the
accumulate.
hunts either. Like the fucking, there's nothing showing up. Like Patrick found better shit than me. I haven't
What?
I mean, I saw that Oscar. It's like somebody went on a crazy hunt and like found everything and just, or I'm going to the wrong places at the wrong times. But I haven't found shit lately, like new.
You said
like,
Patrick found better shit than you? How's that? Patrick only goes to one place, doesn't he?
yeah, that's the thing. He found the superstars, and I haven't seen any of that. He's found the new Hogan. I haven't seen any of that lately. So I'm gonna go after this. I'm going to work out, and then I'm gonna hit like at least one Walmart. See if it's. I'm gonna hit a Walmart I haven't been to in a while, but it's usually a pretty good one. Just a little further out, but
I can honestly say, like, as our fans know, I'm not the best hunter, but at the Lompoc Walmart, I can honestly say I've never seen an ultimate figure in that Lompoc Walmart.
maybe not. I feel like I might have.
Target, when me and you went the time in Target, we did. Remember, we saw the Mr. T and the Hogan WrestleMania ones. I've seen Ultimates in Target, but never anything at Walmart.
No, it's
never Ultimate.
Well, it's either people buy it up and they don't replenish what is bought, or they just never get it. Every time I go, it's kind of the same shit. Or I feel like they're one of those Walmarts where they have like really old, like the Oscar series from like 2 years ago. I feel like they have a couple of those at some of the Walmarts I go to, and nobody's buying them, but they're not like taking them off the shelves, and they're not replenishing because nobody buys them. So
that makes sense. That would make sense.
I mean, I could have got the Oscar last week that, like, you saw that somebody did
put China in it.
Put the fucking China in it. It's ridiculous. My lady, that joke, she's like, huh?
She's out there. Just gotta find her, huh?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, when I see, like, I've seen Bianca Belair, which is the last series. I've seen a ton of those, and Roman Reigns. So they're around, but Asuka's the new series, so they're not, just hasn't hit every store yet, obviously, but.
That could be figure of the year, too, huh? That Asuka might be.
Coat, that fur coat and all that shit. Yeah, that might be. It's like I didn't even want it, but now I'm like, oh, okay, I have to get it, and then that'll be it for Asuka, and maybe get rid of the other one or something. I don't know if I can. I think I opened it.
Oh, is Asuka Lucy in your collection?
Huh?
She's Lucy in your collection? She's loose?
Yeah, I think I opened it because I don't know, I was like, this ain't gonna be worth anything, or I'm doing that a lot with the elites. I'm like, this isn't really worth a ton. I do have that Vince McMahon WrestleMania 2. I bet that's going to be worth something. But I mean, it was a Build-A-Figure, so you had to pull it out anyway. So, or I think WrestleMania 3. I mean, but it's like, I don't know. Might have to pull that head off and put the Mean Gene on, because it's a bad guy. Or I was thinking in the past, I was like, well, every time a scandal happens, I should make a bad, like, people that did bad stuff shelf, and just like make it's like off in the corner, like away from everything, like
third timeout. Put him in timeout.
Yeah, corner of shame, and it's like Vince and I don't know who else, like Benoit. I don't really have any. I don't have Benoit, but who else would be on there? Like Hogan when he said the N-word, or
Nails.
Like, huh?
Nails.
Nails, yeah. If I got a Nails, or I don't know who else. Jake, sometimes.
Jake. Hey, so they're doing A&E's backed up to their new season of the WWE Legends and the Rivalries, and it looks like this week's going to be a good one. It's going to be the Macho Man and Jake the Snake this week, rivalry.
Oh, really? That's cool.
On A&E, yeah, and then Sergeant Slaughter's the Legend this week.
Oh, okay. That might be an okay weekend.
Yeah. Looks like it's gonna rain here all weekend, so I might not get to go play golf. So I've been training a lot. I've been lifting like the last month. I've been exercising pretty good and playing some golf. But now, like, I have a little back injury. Nothing major. So my fans out there, it's not a major injury. I just take the week off of exercise this week, and I'm gonna hit it back up again on Monday. But it's not looking promising to play golf this weekend because of all the rain we've gotten. And it rained like a son of a bitch all day today too. So yeah. So I may get to go watch that Jake the Snake and Macho Man A&E documentary this weekend.
Yeah,
that could be an interesting one because like I think it might be a newer, and they don't really say much about Macho Man in general anymore. And then Jake the Snake's working for the other company, so that might be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, it could be good. I bet they let Jake talk on it.
Could be
Got it a while back before they're crazy about that, or I don't know. Jake's not on that much though. I mean, I think the guy he manages is on this week, but there's a pay-per-view on Sunday. But
Sting's final match.
Yeah, we're gonna
retirement
watch it.
match. Do you anticipate seeing any WWE superstars that were his colleagues in the old WCW in the crowd?
I don't know. Like it'd have to be like people that don't think they're ever gonna get a call from WWE again, or like who would it be? It'd be like the Horseman type people.
Lex Luger.
Flair's gonna be there. Flair will be there, but like Horseman type people. Like I don't know, like who would even
Hogan?
Nah, Hogan's WWE. Kevin Nash. I guess Sting asked Kevin Nash if he would be there, like just be there, not on camera, come hang out. And he said either I don't know if he was like BSing, but he was like, "Oh, WWE told me no." But it also kind of came out like he was like, "I'm a WWE guy. I'm not gonna I don't even want to be seen there because it might give me heat." Or something like that, or I think he just doesn't like Tony Khan, or they don't like each other. So,
that could be the case.
But yeah, like who else? Like I don't know. Like Vader's dead, So here's the subject on our good friend Mick Foley. So not that Foley was like they had a really good couple matches and like a good little feud. Not sure Sting would be like, oh, we need Foley there, but it makes me think of so Foley on his last podcast said he wanted to have a death match, one last match, death match, and be when he's before he turns 60 or when he turns 60 or whatever. That's like his goal, to lose weight, have one last match, and that'd be it. So he already said it wouldn't be WWE because the kind of death match and like smoke and mirrors he'd want to do, there'd need to be a lot of blood and like whatever. And the two people he said he would pick between, if he could, be either Matt Cardona or John Moxley to have the match. So let's say, and then plus on his last podcast, like right in the beginning, they're like talking about the Vince stuff because they kind of had to, and he was just like, that's just really terrible, and like he did all the rape hotline stuff, the Rain. He did work for them, so he's probably like pretty upset with Vince. So, and I don't know, WWE's he said he's not going to do the match there. So if he wants it to be on the biggest stage possible, that a place to let him do whatever he wants and bleed, he could do AEW. I don't know. I haven't heard anything, but it kind of makes sense to me. And then he could do it with John Moxley. It could be on a pay-per-view. It could be his last match, like they're doing the Sting thing. And if he came this weekend and was in the crowd, that could be like, oh, here's kind of Foley's here. Check it out.
Do you think? I don't
know. We'll see.
Do you think he could do that in Japan with Moxley?
I mean, that could be a thing, but I almost feel like if he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it in the States. Like, I wouldn't think Japan, unless New Japan or some. Like, there's the kind of company that would do a death match. I mean, New Japan might be like, okay, we'll do one death match because it's Foley, but like he never really wrestled for them much. It was more like independence over there.
It wasn't like IWGP.
It was like it was like IWA, which was like a weird Japanese promotion that's not around.
So he wasn't with the major ones over there in Japan?
I think he wrestled All Japan a little bit here and there, and then like when he
would that be Baba?
Yeah, that was Baba. Like I know he wrestled Kenta Kobashi and people like that a few times, and then probably I don't know for sure, but WCW always had a deal with New Japan, so there could have been an instance where he went over for WCW to wrestle in New Japan. And then FMW, he did a couple matches when he was WWE, when he was still in WWF or whatever. They let him go over there and make a quick buck, like doing a couple like just random matches, like during his Mankind phase, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you got to make a couple bucks there, but.
What company was he with when he had the famous death match with Terry Funk with the C4?
I think that was IWA. It was like International Wrestling Association or something like that. And it was just like, it was an independent place. And they just kind of like, I think it was, I don't know, I might be wrong. It might have been Victor Quinones or something, was like some weird Mexican promoter over there or something. I don't know, something like that.
Isn't like Victor Quinones, Puerto Rico?
Yeah, maybe it's a Puerto Rican guy, but yeah, something like that. I feel like he was involved. I don't know. It's in the book that like, but it was a promotion that doesn't exist, or if it does, it's not the same people, and like he's not gonna. I mean, if he's gonna draw, it's gonna be. I mean, the only other thing, if he does, I mean, who knows? He might get medicals again, and he might be like, I can't really do another match actually, but the only other thing is like he's friends with Conrad that did the podcast, and they did that Ric Flair's last match independent show, which apparently made some money, so they could do that for Foley and just run a huge independent show. But I almost feel like if it's, you know, you might as well just AEW. You're already in the Hall of Fame. Like, who are you turning your back on? Or like, kind of,
they don't want him on TV anymore.
But I think he's one of those guys that's super loyal to Vince, and like once he heard Vince was like a creep, and I wouldn't think he ever wants to talk to that guy again. I don't know. There's just based on I don't know what he thinks though, but he seemed really like kind of sad about it on the last podcast. But well, I don't know. We'll see. I hope it's AEW just so he can get like a big. I mean, I would think like Tony Khan would do the same thing for him like he did for Sting, where it's like, oh, we're gonna have one last big match, and that would be the biggest crowd seeing it. If he does an independent show against like Cardona or something, it could be cool too. But I don't know. Whatever it is, I'll go.
The Flair match, was that during the StarCast weekend?
I think it was its own thing. It was like. I think it was just like during a convention, maybe, but StarCast, isn't that around Mania?
I thought that was around.
I'm trying to think.
Memorial Day?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, it might have been that.
Weekend?
It might have been that. But I don't know. Do they still do the StarCast? Like, I don't know that. I don't recall if they did it last year, or they did. Maybe they didn't run a wrestling show during it. I don't know. I've never been, so it's hard to keep up. But
so that's
they do it during Mania too, though. They do something.
Yeah, I think they do.
We'll do research, figure it out. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see about
So I did.
Who else could show up for Sting? Like who else is like Flair? Vader was a rival, but he's not around. Road Warriors.
Goldberg.
Oh, that's a thing.
DDP.
Yeah, because I think they're in Atlanta soon, and they're talking about maybe Goldberg show up for that or something. I don't know.
And Goldberg still wants that one last match, huh? He's not happy with how his.
Yeah, it sounded like he was pissed about WWE last run. He's always been pissed about everything, it seemed like.
Scary dude, man. Intimidating guy when I met him. Very intimidating guy, yeah. I mean, he signed my shit, but I mean, it was like, whoa.
He's intense.
I remember I asked him, because this was before they put him in the Hall of Fame. He's like, you never know. You never know. And that's like the day before they had announced Scott Hall. So I wonder if he was like kind of bitter because he was never a big fan of Scott Hall. And I was like, oh man, maybe he's going to freaking throw me on the track or something, you know?
Yeah. Oh, I just thought of somebody that might be there for Sting is Luger. because Luger, I mean, that was like his biggest.
That was like his best friend.
Yeah, it seemed like it, and like he's the kind of guy like, not like maybe he would. I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame, right? But I don't think he would necessarily be like, I'm not gonna go see my buddy Sting. But I don't know. Maybe they're not buddies anymore. Who knows? I think they're supposedly are, but.
How about DDP?
Oh yeah, he could. He's kind of, but he's like a Cody guy, so it's also like, and I don't think him and Sting ever had like a huge best buddy feud or feud.
Yeah, you're probably right. It'll just be fun to see. We'll see who shows up. Maybe Jeff Hardy will show up. Oh,
I think like Meltzer was saying like that this is more about whether the match, they're gonna have a good match probably, but in the end it's like the ceremony after, like the retirement ceremony, is like the biggest thing, because that's what they did with Great Muta after his last match. They did a really good retirement ceremony. They had people come out or played songs, or I don't know, did something. And Tony Khan was good with like the Brody Lee show. So I don't know. We'll see if it's like a big thing or it's just kind of like confetti and good, thank you Sting or something. But
do you think he could find his way back to the WWE?
Sting?
Sting.
I don't think he ever necessarily will, unless it's like they're just like paying a bunch of money for an appearance or they want him in a video game or whatever. But like, I don't know. It didn't seem like he liked how they treated him through his run there. Even though, I mean, it made sense he was old and like, not gonna put him over. But like that Triple H match, that was cool. But then the finish to me was like, like he just lost clean pretty much. It was like, well, he killed any like mystique he had, like for Triple H.
We were there.
Yeah.
And I can remember vividly, we were getting gas and we were listening to the Meltzer podcast.
Yeah.
And I guess like Vince had done an interview after WrestleMania that night, and he said that he had rescued Sting from obscurity and put him in one of the main event matches at WrestleMania in 2015.
Yeah.
Just always thought that was hilarious.
That's funny. Well, yeah, because I mean Vince is like not doesn't watch other shit and thinks he's world revolves around his place, but
he created everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing existed. Nothing exists outside of his parameters.
Yep. Fucking what a jerk.
So for everybody that tunes into our show, I did end up purchasing the Three Faces of Foley this week, and it should be here on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I did it. I bit the bullet. I had to do it after our discussion last week.
I can finally show you mine.
Oh yeah. If you don't mind.
Here, I'm gonna whiz really quick and then I'll get it. You gotta entertain the fans.
Well, I got a song that I'm feeling down in my heart. Where? Down in my heart, I got that joy, 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 joy. Down in my heart. Down in my heart, I got that joy. For those of you that are capable of seeing YouTube, you can Google Arizona Songbird, and you could see a very famous rendition of that song in the Phoenix airport. Was me singing because I was so happy to be leaving Phoenix that day, and I had that joy down in my heart. I was a songbird, the Arizona Songbird, but now I'm just a songbird of the world. Look at all Dan stuff, man. He's got some cool stuff back there. That looks like the Cheshire Cat from Alice in Wonderland. That looks like a dinosaur from Jurassic Park. Garfield. I mean, Dan, he really has some cool shit. Make sure that everybody tells their loved ones that you love them, and don't ever hold back, because you never know when your days are numbered. I mean, you could be driving to work tomorrow and somebody could cause an accident and it could derail your life. So don't go out with any regrets.
Yeah, you can't regret. You'll regret not getting this. So it's
jeez.
feet, right?
Wow.
So then the box is kind of just a plain box. Like it's got this on the side, and then the back's just like plain whatever. But it's because they make it so you can there's details though, like let me see. So like the little things little tabs you pull out, there's a little
right on.
whatever.
Nice day.
So then you open it, and then so like say I take out one, it's in its own box. So it's its own figure with it's got cactus, and got the blurb, and all that, fucking whatever. And then yeah, so then like you could, as you can see, like if you're gonna take this to get signed, you could sign each window while it's in the box because there's no window for the big box.
Okay.
Kind of explains some of it, but yeah. And then each box inside is like unique. It's got, like you see, like this one's black with barbed wire for the cactus, but this one's like it's got the brown, and it's got mankind blurb, and fucking all that stuff. And then the dude, it's like a tie-dye box kind of ish thing on the top, and yeah, so and it's real tie-dye. It's not dude
So
gate.
man, the damn dude could be figure of the year candidate, huh?
I mean, it's possible. You like dude, then it's a good dude. I like that the mankind comes with the hair right here. It's like it fits into his skull, like you know how you used to pull the hair out. Yeah, it's like a clump of hair, so you could put it fits. I think it fits into his head, or mainly you can put it in his hand, like he just tore it out.
Wow.
If you're gonna take it out, and then the cactus, it's like a soft goods hybrid shirt. I think like the collar's like leather or something, or fake leather. But that's like the shirt his wife made, and then like you see the picture, it's like pretty accurate.
So did he have a lot of, to your knowledge, did he have a lot of input on these figures? This is how he wanted them done?
I think he had, like, they were like, you want us to make a 3-pack, then we'll make these. But then they made them, and they're like, yeah, it's just gotta come, like, you can buy them separate or whatever, but you can buy this 3-pack. And Foley's the one that was like, no, you need to have like a box like this where they all fit in, or like a 3-pack box, you know, because they have 3-pack box like the Hogan and the other shit that's come out recently. The Mayavia's family it's coming. Like there's a Rock, High Chief Peter Maivia, and Rocky Johnson 3-pack coming out.
You're kidding.
Yeah, it's coming out pretty soon. I think it's a Target or something, and it's like rocking the shorts and like $500 shirt or something. So but yeah, Foley was like, no, you got to put in a 3-pack so I can sign all 3 or whatever. What else? Oh, and then if you notice the backgrounds in each, or there's like a Dude Love background. So if you did open this up and want to like display it, like you could put that in the background, or like Cactus Jack is the wanted poster, and Mankind's the Mankind symbol. This is cool because like I don't have like a regular Mankind. This is the first WCW Cactus. The other one that came out was an ECW Cactus exclusive, ringside exclusive. So
let me ask you this: are you intending to get those signed?
I think so. I think that'd be cool. I kind of almost. I mean, if I'm getting like. I'm gonna spend more money. Like if these ever go on sale on Ringside, I'll probably get another set and just open it. But I got like a whole Foley shelf, and like I don't know. I almost like that. I don't know, the Ringside exclusive, the Hell in a Cell one too. I would want to get that signed, but then I'd want a new one. I don't know. I'm just like weird.
Like we talked about last week. I wish I would have got that figure signed now, but.
Yeah, but the book, I feel like the book's good too. Oh, you want to compare the two Dude Loves? I got the Dude Love over here.
Yeah, let's do a Dude Love comparison.
Yeah.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Do you think that the Mankind could they have thrown one extra accessory and put Socko in there? Or that wasn't the Mankind Socko?
That's not the era. It's like with the Cactus. It's like you could have put a Wanted Dead shirt as an accessory, but then it's WCW Cactus if you look at the hair and like I don't know, just the pants and all that shit. But yeah, look at dude. It's like clearly
Have mercy.
Yeah. Look at this old dude. It's if you look at it, yeah, it is a tribal pattern. Now that I see them next to each other, I thought, oh, it's not that bad. But even on the back of the box, you look at this, that's clearly tie-dye, you know? There's splotches or whatever. This is like some kind of like distinct tribal pattern, which I don't even know. Now I'm like, especially compared to this, I'm like, wow, that really is a big.
How did you find that, dude? Love in the white packaging? Did you find that in the stores?
Nah, when I was starting to collect a little bit, so like, I think it kind of with the new shit. It started with fucking. I was drunk on Amazon one night. I was like, I ordered a Cactus Jack and a Terry Funk, like the Elite, and then I started like. I was like, well, I'll get Foley's because I like Foley. So I found that on Walmart, and it was probably during COVID too, or like right before COVID. Started searching like Walmart.com, and they had it for like pretty cheap, like regular price, even though it had been out like a couple years earlier. So.
Oh, so that figure's 7 years old?
It's probably because I got it a couple years after it came out, and it says 2018. So I probably got it 2020.
So that's about 6 years old. So if somebody wanted one of those, how much would they be looking to pay for that right now?
I don't know. I look it up. Maybe.
Who else
would say because it's about demand, and like some of them are like, nobody really cares about certain figures. I don't know.
Who else is in that line with the dude?
Oh, it is a good line. There's a cool Sting. Speaking of Sting, you see it? Is it blurry?
It's blurry.
Oh, shit. It's gotta. Yeah, I gotta do that slowly.
Stop. So it was Braun Strowman, it looks like, Sting, Akam, Razor, Dude Love, and Roman Reigns.
Yep, that's it.
That's a decent.
Yeah. That Sting is cool. I remember it's like a green outfit, like white jacket, like bright green. Yeah, and I'm looking on eBay. It's like somebody has it for $50 on eBay, so it's not. I probably paid close to 25, 30 after shipping or whatever, or tax. So it's not even that. I don't know. Whatever.
It's not a bad figure, but if you get it next to the other one is.
Yeah. The other one makes it look. I don't know. Just everything, and then the new one, like you can remove the hands and like switch them out, and he's got the. I don't know. It's just a much better figure, but whatever.
Mine should be here Tuesday.
Huh? Oh, nice.
Mine should be here Tuesday.
Yeah. Hopefully I can find the Oscar and you don't have to order that next time. That's kind of a.
I have no doubt in my mind that you'll find it. It's just a matter of
somebody will.
When?
Coming. I don't know if I'm considering getting it too. If I see two good ones, I might.
Well, so where do you think you'll see it at? Where do you think you'll find it, at a Walmart or at a Target or other?
Honestly, I haven't seen any Ultimates at Target unless it's like the Ultimate Warrior exclusives there. Any exclusive ones like that. I haven't seen a lot of Ultimates lately. It's always Walmart, and it's always like down on a lower shelf.
Wow.
Yeah. So
hey, what did you think about the text we had going back and forth about the San Diego Comic-Con and the Rockies with Club Lang and I don't instead of doing Rocky, I don't necessarily know if they can do Rocky, but could they do Clubber? They can do Clubber Lang probably.
Yeah, I mean, it would be weird to just do Clubber Lang and then like Thunderlips, because then it's like, oh well, you did these two, but you didn't do Rocky. But yeah, if they did Rocky, that'd be fucking. That's like the next. He appeared in that game, so it's like, yeah, he might be the next figure.
Which
like,
game are you talking about? You said that the other day, but I didn't know which game.
There's some fucking weird card game, like on not like digital card game, where you like I don't know what you. It's like it's probably like Pokemon or other shit where you like this card is worth 10 and like this is I have a move card and like shit like that. I don't know. I don't play it, but
Is it a WWE product?
Licensed WWE thing. So it's like, oh, theoretically, if Rocky's in this, then why wouldn't he? They must have rights to do a Rocky this or that. So people are like thinking that would be the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, and I mean it makes sense. Like they did Sergeant Slaughter, Slim Jim Macho Man. No Holds Barred's kind of more niche, but then Muhammad Ali last year they always want to get like mainstream people and like stuff that just not just like wrestling collectors will want. So having a Rocky figure, which they haven't made any Rocky figures since the Jax line back when the Classic Superstars was out. So yeah, that could be the next thing, and that would be cool. Like if you like you were saying. I was saying like, oh, Rocky and Thunderlips, that's easy. But then you mentioned, oh, Mr. T was in Rocky 3 also. I was like, oh, that would be like if they did a 3-pack, that's even bigger. Like the Clubber Lang, Thunderlips, and Rocky.
Because I mean, they got the Hulk Hogan, the mold, right? They've got the Mr. T mold.
Oh, yeah, those two are easy. Like they already made a boxing tee. The Roddy Piper pack, and then Thunderlips is pretty much like I don't know, it's pretty similar to like other figures, like or he had a cape in his last Legend figure that's out right now.
Right? Yeah.
Probably just an easy. You get him a top hat, and then there's probably a top hat that he used from Bray Wyatt. So all they have to do is get a Sylvester Stallone head, and then put it on another like the Piper body, and then just change the color of his shorts, you know. But yeah, I'd be excited about that. I'd buy 2 of those for sure. And maybe
you could do the variant with with Rocky, because I mean there's so many different, like I was saying with the gray sweatsuit.
Well, that's the thing. If they do one like Mr. T, that was an exclusive a few years ago, and I couldn't get it because it's during COVID and everybody was like sitting online. But if they made one T, but then it was like, oh, they're gonna make a bunch, and they just came out with a new referee, Mr. T. That's the newest thing I've seen.
You sent me a picture. I think, right?
Yeah. So they've made like 5 or 6 Mr. T's, plus all the Superstars line, the Legends or the Hasbro style line. Like they're probably gonna make a few more Mr. T's before it's all over, but they did. Sylvester Stallone, they could like, oh, I don't know, but it doesn't really fit with anything though. It doesn't. It's kind of weird. Like it fits with Rocky 3, but it doesn't fit with wrestling really. He has no other connection to wrestling other than like he's probably on a SmackDown or a Raw promoting a movie one time.
He did induct Hogan into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
Stallone did.
It wouldn't really make sense to make more figures of him unless they were just like, we're going to make Rocky figures now. And that's going to be like a new Mattel, like separate thing, which would be weird. They'd have to get like they'd have to get Apollo and
Drago
and yeah. Probably ain't getting made. I don't know.
It's fun for us to speculate on that. I mean, that was our latest that we were texting back and forth with. I haven't thought of any other like exclusive.
Yeah.
Fun ideas.
I think they're gonna announce some shit.
WrestleMania weekend, right?
Yeah, and they've already been like teasing things or here or there, but I don't really nothing like specific yet. So.
Have you heard any rumors or About the Hall of Fame this year? I haven't heard anything about that. They're not talking about it yet.
They announce it later and later every year, and then they just it's not. It seems like it's toned down. Like I don't feel like it's as big a thing. Like what even happened? I don't think I even watched last year.
Rey Mysterio,
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't recall
Great
watching it.
Muta,
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio, Tori Wilson, and it seemed like there was one other one in there.
Yeah. Don't they do it in the ring now?
Yes, they do it after SmackDown's over.
Yeah, there's that kind of brings it down a notch too. Like if they, it just seems weird. Like it doesn't seem as cool. I don't know. Yeah, and who? I don't know. It's getting like they're getting.
Well, now they're in Philly, so I mean, they could do some of those ECW guys.
Yeah, they
They could do
could.
Paul Heyman,
Yeah, yeah,
Nasty Boys. They're from Allentown.
that's true. That
And
might
I
work.
think the Nasty Boys might be on the concussion lawsuit, though, huh?
I don't think so. They're Hogan. Well, Knobs is like a Hogan buddy, but Knobs, I heard somebody like, or maybe I saw a video and he's like in a wheelchair, like scooting around, or he looked really shitty last time I saw him. Like he's really skinny. Maybe he's at like Hogan's Beach Club hanging out. I don't know. Maybe he's not in good health. They could do Virgil. It's too late to.
Yeah.
Virgil.
Rest in peace, Virgil.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of fun at your expense over the years.
Breadsticks and
meat sauce.
Meat sauce. You love that meat sauce. Soul Train. Soul Train Jones.
Dude, so in the month of February, we lost Apollo and Virgil.
Yeah.
Been a rough.
Ole Anderson.
Ole Anderson.
And Butcher Vachon died today, or who's
the Mad Dog?
One of them. One of the Vachons died today. He was like 80.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
How's the job front going?
That's all right. So the Paramount job, the company that was hired me for that finally paid me today. I was waiting for I was so confused. Nobody's answering. I was like putting all these time cards weeks ago, and usually I'm paid like weekly on these time cards, but I finally got money. I think it's the whole amount I should have been paid, but we'll see. I got to look at the page stub. I probably after this, I got to add up my days and be like, oh, okay. Yeah, they got me every day. Cause I don't know. They're
dirty guys, huh?
They're kind of fuckheads. Cause it's like, do all this work. I'm like, how are we getting paid for this? And they're like, oh, we use this payroll service. I've used it a bunch of times with every other company or like 2-day jobs, and I get paid the next week, maybe 2 weeks. I started that job January 24th, and it ended before Valentine's Day or on Valentine's Day. So I hadn't heard anything for like 2 weeks. And I'm like, what's going on? Every time I text somebody, they don't answer. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. But then I started the Ultimate Fighter, just like helping set up for that, and it's going on. It's easy so far. The house
with TKO?
Huh?
Is TKO the parent company of that now?
Yeah. It's all the same, that Endeavor or whatever it is. They don't really, but like honestly, I just go work at the UFC Apex sometimes, and it's not like anybody from UFC like does anything with us. It's like the company I'm working for is hired by UFC to make this show. So it's like a third party company that kind of doesn't have anything to, I mean, they're being hired by them, but they do other productions, and this is just one of the many shows they do. So it's not like I'm like, oh, TKO is signing my paychecks for UFC or any of these. It's not. It's this other company using a payroll service. And yeah, I'll let you know if there's any volunteer opportunities, but I don't.
Got two guys that are they love UFC just as much as you do. They'd be willing to freaking, I shouldn't say mop. Well, they might mop floors.
Yeah, nah, but the thing is, like, I think Super Bowl and like F1 were huge events where they're like, like these big companies were like, oh yeah, come help out. I'm like, well, you can volunteer and work this, but UFC is a little more self-contained in that it, like UFC 300 is like at T-Mobile or something. So you could, if I hear anything about it, but like, if anything, I would think maybe like if there's like a press conference or something, they need help with that. But like even that, I don't know. It doesn't seem like they do.
It's a long shot at best.
Yeah, and like, and then the other thing is like, I'm not working directly for them, so it's not like I'm gonna go up to like Uncle Dana White and be like, hey, any chance, or like my friends want to come work, or like you need any help with this or that? Like they already have so many people just working at the Apex that
They got enough piss boys where they don't need 3 more piss boys.
yeah, like I don't know. It's not if they were like we're gonna have a show at the Allegiant Stadium and we need like so many more people and we're gonna sell it out like the Super Bowl, then yeah. And even like if you had volunteered at the Super Bowl, I bet they'd have put you in a parking lot and been like, "Good luck, fucker." And then like you're like, "What's going on? It's going on right now. Can I go in there?" Like, no, you're a parking lot boy or something, you know. And then like some girl that you like, I don't know, that some young girl, they'd be like, yeah, you can go on the field and like volunteer to grab the balls or something, you know, something stupid. It's a scam. Everything's a scam.
Hey, so breaking news.
Oh yeah.
Breaking news. I was the one to break it. Was that for the Tough Ultimate Fighter? One of the team colors is Kelly green and black.
Oh yeah.
Is there any truth to that?
Oh shit. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny. You didn't hear it from me. I usually they tend to use in my experience last year they used green, like a turquoise, and then the other color was red and gray, and then a turquoise and black. So I mean, colors might be similar, they might be different. I don't know.
How do they pick the colors?
Honestly, I mean, it's not by the coaches, obviously, because they picked fucking Conor McGregor last year, and then they made his team turquoise and black. So they must have, I don't know anything necessarily, but they must have picked Conor as the coach after, or made the deal after they had already picked colors, because it must have been a late deal. I've heard from people, I don't know because I'm not involved that much, but I've heard from people that they're or overheard that a lot of times they make the coaches deals at the last minute nowadays, because it's hard to get people like, oh, are you fighting? Are you like, you have a fight coming up? Do you want to do this? And like convince them and like pay them enough or not? Or like, I mean, obviously Connor's a wild card, obviously. So he probably took some convincing, but then he agreed to it, and they'd already picked all the colors. So they weren't going to change them. But I mean, what if they have green this season? Maybe they're like, we could add that for Connor. That would have been funny. Like that would have been better, probably. But I mean, even he, I guess, is not big enough to where they'll just change the whole color of the team on a whim after they already make the gear.
Sets.
So, but yeah, I don't know. But who knows? I heard they used to give free swag to people that was left, like any of the leftover clothing, but I don't know if they're going to give any this year. They might be cheaping out. I don't really know.
The budget might have tightened up, you know? They might not have like much free shit.
Yeah. It's like I've gotten free stuff from other shows, but then like sometimes these shows, they go a long time and they're like, new people come in, they're like, let's tighten it up. We can reuse these color schemes for future seasons. Let's just stockpile. Like, all right, we'll see how this goes. I don't know, but I'll keep you updated if it is a color of one of your favorite teams. Maybe I can scam a few here or there, try and hook you up.
Whatever you do, don't get yourself in trouble.
And then I guess I'm gonna do like a more important job here and there. So we'll see. It's nothing that I would steal from anyway. It's like, it's not really worth it. But
how about do you have plans for WrestleMania yet?
I just go there. I mean, I told I'm on a bunch like these jobs for a while, till like May maybe, but I told them I need April 5th through 8th off. So the plan is to go to Lompoc on the 5th and then leave on the 8th.
Oh, I like that plan.
Because the 5th is a Friday, 8th is a Monday. I think the last fight of the season is the 9th, but tentatively, you never know. This could change.
Hey, do you remember as a youth that match that I sent you last night with Eddie Guerrero and Brian Pillman?
Oh yeah, no, I need to watch that. I saw the first few seconds. I was like, oh, this is probably a good match. Was it good? Was it like loose cannon Pillman? Oh, okay.
Like kind of like the beginning of it. Kind of like early parts of it.
Yeah.
But when he didn't do that loose cannon, it didn't last too long in WCW, huh? He worked him.
Yeah. He was like, let me out of my contract. That's the only ways they'll believe it's real. And then he was out, and then he signed a bigger deal or whatever.
I think he did that for less than 3 months over there with those guys, huh? That loose cannon.
Yeah, it seemed quick because it was like Nitro, and he was kind of just flying Brian on the first episode, and then all of a sudden he was like Horseman, and then he was like wacky, acting crazy.
Then he was on ECW going to whip his dick out. That was a legendary. Did you ever see? I'm sure you've seen that one when he said he was going to whip his dick out and piss all over.
Yeah, and he beat up some ginger kid that was just like ring crew guy, but he's been beaten up before. But yeah, he beat the shit out of that guy. I think he said the N-word on something or other, and it was like, I don't know if it was on ECW, but he something like that. Like he was trying to be controversial and said it, and then I don't know. I gotta look that up.
Man, he was before his time with that gimmick.
Yeah. I mean, he worked everybody into a good contract, even though he couldn't work because of that Hummer accident.
The loose cannon.
Good old loose cannon.
So now his kid is in NXT.
Yeah.
Just toiling in obscurity and mediocrity.
Yeah, I heard it's weird. They like won't let him be Pillman, he chose not to or whatever.
Really?
Name's like Alexis King, which is like a shit. It's like a shit Michael McGillicuddy type name, you know? Like what the fuck? Like just it's like you're taking away the one thing that will help.
He's got going for him.
Yeah, it's not like he looks nothing like him. He looks kind of like him and could do some of the same moves and whatever, but I don't know. It's just, they always do that nowadays. And then unless you have a big name from indies, and then I heard he's not lighting the world on fire by any means. Like he's fine, but I don't know. He wasn't like the same thing with AEW. He's kind of like, he's doing okay. And then I don't know if he has like kind of weird attitude about things or like rubs people the wrong way, but it seems like they start out doing something with him and then he kind of loses it and then they give up on him. This AEW thing, and it seems like there's a pattern of that now, but I don't watch NXT, so I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't watch NXT. I know he's there. I just don't know what they're.
Yeah, it's just weird.
He's second generation star. I mean, he could probably get himself more over than Ava Raine, fourth generation star.
Fuck. Oh well, not. I mean, her dad's the fucking Rock now. Got all these. You hear he got all the trademarks for all his shit, like domination and shit too. Anything he's ever done,
he owns it now.
So it's like I don't think they're gonna do everything they can to help her, because he's like involved. But
Do you see her joining the Bloodline?
I don't know. If Rock tells them to, then yes. But
What about Nia Jax and Trinity?
I don't know. She's Ava Rain. She's pretty young still, I think. So maybe they can just keep her in NXT until she like gets good enough to where they're like, okay, you're a good like GM type, so now be GM on her. You know, like because it didn't sound like she was a very good wrestler, but I don't know. Or maybe she'll just get out of the business, go do whatever her mom does. Her mom was successful with the. Oh, they could just get her a corporate job at the fucking with $7 or whatever. That's kind of what they all do, I think.
Yeah. Do you think they'll go all in with the Bloodline? With putting the other ones in? Like Nia Jax, Trinity?
In the bloodline? Oh, the bloodline. Oh, I don't think they'll go that far. Like, unless, yeah, just I think if I don't know. I think the idea at this point is like, or it was for a while, is like, eventually Roman, he's like big heel, but like eventually he's gonna lose the title, and then he can, whether it be like Heyman gets a new guy and turns on him or whatever, but like Roman turns face and becomes like big baby face because he's been such a. That's how you become a good baby face. There is you. Like The Rock, he turned super heel, and now he's going to be like the biggest baby face ever in a couple weeks. Whether he turns or doesn't, he's going to be like just the fans will turn you, you know. So like Roman's going to turn face, and then Solo or whoever can be the fucking heel that and he can put people over or not or whatever. Work limited dates, but yeah, I don't know what good Nia joining would do unless they just. She's kind of like, I think she's like too old for them to be like put Paul Heyman with her and make her like a monster and like it. I don't know. She didn't win the title against Rhea. They're building up Rhea, so just like she could just be Nia and be fine for what she is. Or like Naomi. You're saying Naomi? I don't know. I don't think they want, like, they acknowledge that they're married, but I don't think it's like you need to get her in this. Well, if anybody they could go in the bloodline, that this dude Tama Tonga, Haku's son, he's apparently going there, and it's like, where would you put him? He's Polynesian, like put him in the bloodline. He could be a new like Solo, like show up and. Oh, we got a new Samoan, or well, he's Tongan, but a new part of the family. He could come and
right.
But he's like 41, so it's like he's also
a little older.
If he was like, I mean, maybe they have a better attitude about that now, and like you could be 41, and they're like, oh, you got like 10 years to like, so we can kind of push you now and maybe he could come in and like they all turn on Roman after he loses to Cody or. You know, something like that, and then it's like a new bloodline or. But
so did you watch SmackDown?
No. It's on right now?
I watched the part with The Rock. The Rock came out early. They're going to set up the tag match. They set up the tag match on night 1.
Oh, okay.
With the stipulation that if, what did he call him? His clown emoji, Rudy Poo, Seth Rollins. He had some little funny thing that he called him.
Yeah.
If they win night 1, the Bloodline will be out of night 2's main event. But if the Bloodline wins, then it's Bloodline rules match.
Okay, so either way, the Bloodline's got an advantage type thing.
Correct. And then The Rock, man, he was talking some shit about Phoenix. Glendale. Oh, yeah. He said The Rock did some research, and The Rock researched that this town, Glendale or Phoenix, whatever he said, you guys have the most used cocaine and meth of everywhere else in the world. So then he
really?
The crackhead crybabies. Yeah, he was funnier than shit tonight. Go
Dang,
smoke some more crack, you
Phoenix.
crackheads. Or he said something about Phoenix negatively. Kind of like me when I left Phoenix when I was singing my song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. The Rock.
Yeah, I could see where they do like Rock and Roll. They could do like, how long's Rock gonna be around after this? Like, you might just do WrestleMania and then that's it. You could turn on Roman, and then they could plan a Roman versus Rock match down the line, maybe for next year. They want to keep him heel, or
Oh, but the one thing that did happen, I'm sorry. The Rock was going to do the shtick at the end. If you smell, and then Roman grabbed his hand and stopped him. And like they make Roman look like a kid, like next to Dwayne. Like I
yeah,
know the Rock's a big ass dude, but like Roman looks like a kid next to like it's like a man and a boy to me. Is like
yeah,
what I'm seeing. So like Roman like grabbed his hand and he stopped him, like interrupted him, and like nobody ever interrupts The Rock like that.
yeah.
And he got Paul Heyman gave him the mic, and then they panned out, and so you could see everybody, and you could see Paul Heyman the more vividly than anybody.
Yeah.
And like Paul Heyman kind of looked like scared, and Roman started talking. He said, "I need you to do me one thing." And then Paul Heyman's like face lit up, got a big like that cheesy New York Jew smile that he does. You know what I mean? When he tucks his head down and shit.
Yeah.
And he said, "I need you to acknowledge me." He told The Rock that.
Oh, snaps.
And then The Rock, you could tell he was like, "I acknowledge you, Roman Reigns, as my tribal chief." He did it. He acknowledged it. He did it. I couldn't believe he did it. And then Roman got the mic and said, "If you smell what the bloodline is cooking."
Wow.
The
Dang.
Rock acknowledged him.
So what do you think's gonna happen? Is it gonna be Rock's like going along? They're going along with it on each other, and then Rock turns on him, or Roman turns on him at the tag match, or they lose the tag match, and then it's just like a build for the next year.
They win the tag match, and then The Rock ends up screwing Roman the next night. He interferes, and like he goes to get Cody with the chair, and then Cody ducks, and he hits Roman with the chair or something like that, and then that causes the loss, and then that turns Roman face because he lost because of the part-time Rock's interference.
Yeah.
And that sets up the match for probably next WrestleMania or maybe SummerSlam.
Yeah.
That's tentative idea.
Okay. Sounds possible. Yeah.
Also, now they're all working. Cody's going to have 2 matches. Roman's going to have 2 matches, and Seth's have 2 matches.
Yep. But Drew's not having 2 matches, so
Drew's probably going to win, huh?
You would think if he's re-signed, then he's probably going to win, and then if they want to draw it out. Well, somebody said, as like Meltzer or Alvarez said, they're like, well, if Drew wins, it doesn't really make sense because then Drew's on, like, then for him to have the title until Punk comes back, or like what's the deal, or like there's something about it. And then
he doesn't have a logical opponent to go with.
Yeah. Because Cody's facing Roman, so if Cody wins, then he's SmackDown or whatever. He's that champion, and then it wouldn't make sense they set up Drew beating Cody on like the first time Cody's been pinned in a long time. Drew beat him, so it would be like, oh well, like one of Cody's first challengers should be Drew. But if Drew's champion, he shouldn't be facing Cody unless they're gonna unify titles, which doesn't seem like they're going to do. So I think Alvarez said Drew can win, and then immediately like Damian Priest cashes in, wins, and then Drew gets drafted to SmackDown, and he goes after Cody. He's like, I got screwed again. He can do that. I got screwed. Bret Hart gimmick that he's been doing. Then he can feud with Cody, and then that can lead to like eventually Punk comes back, and then he can feud with Punk, and then Damien's champ on, I guess Raw would be it, and then he can feud with whoever.
Finn,
they could turn on him. Could be Seth because he's, and then whoever else is in there, I don't know, in the mix.
Oh, so you could see, yeah, that's logical. A cash in on night 2.
It doesn't. They're kind of in a corner if Drew wins, so he might just not win against Seth, and then they. Are they doing drafts like right after Mania now? I feel like they did that last year. So it's like that. Oh, Drew got screwed, but he's getting drafted, so he can't be facing Damien or whatever rematch, you know.
So then
we'll see.
Where does Seth go then from there?
Yeah, Seth. I don't know. Maybe Seth needs more healing, and he's just kind of like
he's gonna take time off till the summer.
Just doing the Mania match, and then needs healing, or I don't know. It could be a million things.
Yeah, because it's about time for Priest to get rid of that briefcase, huh?
Yeah, Money in the Bank's July, and it's going to be March, Mania, and I wouldn't see him cashing in before Mania. And that cashing in at Mania, nobody's really done Mania besides Seth that one time we were there, right? That I can think of. Maybe there's one, but wasn't as impactful. So if Drew won and then Damien cashed in at Mania, that would be a big.
Because you'd have to think night 2, the first match of night 2 would be Seth and Drew.
Maybe. Yeah, because the main events both nights are going to be Rock involved.
The tag match will be night 1, and then the Cody and Roman will be night 2.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, Seth single match has to be the next. Yeah, so that would make sense. It would be the first match.
And then night 1, the first match, do you think will be the Usos?
I mean, that's kind of how they've been doing it, but maybe they'll do a change because they've been changing a lot lately with like no Vince around and no Kevin Dunn. They've been doing like different. I haven't seen it, but apparently they're doing like telestrator things and like McAfee was like, oh, look at this, like drawing on the like more sports oriented shit, or like they do the shot from outside that goes all the way through into the arena and like doing different shots Kevin Dunn wasn't doing. So like maybe they'll switch up how they build the shows. Maybe they'll, because like most wrestling companies in the past or like other than WWE, they would do like first match is like least important match and it kind of builds up, or like you can spread them out, but usually it's like the opener is a solid match, but it's not the world title match. Why would you do that? And then you build up like maybe the top 2 matches are the 2 world title matches, you know? That's what I feel like they should mix up the way they book shit because, you know, like, what was it? And I don't know if they...
Didn't they do Brock and Seth the first match one year?
Yeah, stuff like that.
But the girls were the main event that year.
Yeah. And, or they always do, like, it's like a weird, like, before the main event, a lot of times they'll do, like, some weird segment or match, and it's like,
the popcorn match.
Popcorn, and it's like, why do a popcorn match? Just keep going.
The all-time popcorn match, Patrick got fucked on. Mm-hmm. He went to the popcorn match, and then the freaking didn't get back in time for the DX tank.
Right. Should have done the tank, bro.
Tank. Bro, DX came out in a tank.
Fucked up.
Fucking, who was that? The Great Khali versus Kane? Or...
Yeah.
That was
a good reason to leave, but it was also like, you might have fucked up.
Well, he didn't know. Like, we didn't know DX was going to come out in a tank.
Oh, not at all.
That was pretty cool. But then, I think the next year I fucked up. I went to go get a Firestone, and then Hogan came out at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I fucked up.
You messed up bad.
Yeah. Hey, does it look like you can make it down to go to Russian River at all?
What are the dates?
March 22 to April 4.
Okay. Probably not necessarily. Because yeah, I'm gonna go the 8th, April 8th. But I don't know if it's weird because the schedule I'm on is gonna be kind of wacky. Like I probably won't get 2 days off in a row off, or if I do, it'll be like weird ones. So it'll just be like a week by week thing. Like if you think you're gonna go some week, let me know and I'll try and be like,
We'll see
okay,
where you're at.
you go like a Tuesday, Wednesday or something.
Hey,
But
do you still have when we shot the one of the episodes at the hotel that time with Magic Johnson's son getting AIDS
oh yeah, the the damn
and the guy tried to charge us $300 for the
uh,
night?
yeah, that's somewhere. Isn't it online? It's like
I don't know.
the secret one. I'll send it to you if you want. I think it's a secret one on YouTube. I don't know. Or I might have sent it directly. I forget. It's
Do you still
somewhere.
you
It's
still have
somewhere
it?
on my phone too because occasionally I'll get in certain cars and my phone will connect and then it'll just start playing that and I'm like, what the fuck's going? Or it'll play the Royal Rumble one too. Just like, what's going on? What's being triggered that it plays this old ass thing that's like I can't even find it in my phone if I wanted to, but
The
I'll
art
look better.
those are the archives.
Yeah, I got the archives going.
The freaking archives?
Yeah, they're hidden in there.
Dude, those were some good. There's probably some inappropriate shit in that one, huh?
But
There's
yeah,
probably a lot.
it's not for public viewing.
No, definitely not. I think we bashed. I think we bashed just about everybody we could.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's before we were professionals.
Yeah, now we're like churning them out.
Yeah, we don't normally use too foul language or bash anybody too.
Yeah. We're
Can't.
equal opportunity lawyers.
Yeah, yeah. You think of anything else you want to get off your chest?
Not really. I'll probably think of something later, but yeah, I'm probably good for now. I was gonna try and do a leg workout and then
A little hunt?
do one hunt, like go to the cool Walmart that's by the drive-in, see if there's any cool figs. Keep you updated.
Did you order me, or did I order? Do you remember the Bendham Macho? Did we order those?
Not the Bendham. You said you didn't want the Bendham, but I ordered the
The bigger LJN
big
looking
rubber
one?
guys, the LJM version of Macho, because you were like, yeah, I'll take that, and then
So I got that one coming eventually, right?
yeah, they're just not. I mean, they're just shipping out the Rick. They made a Ric Flair in a suit and a couple others, maybe a Sergeant Slaughter, and they just came out with those. Like, so Macho, I think, is like Macho and Andre. They're coming probably like spring, like in March, April.
Okay.
But I got one too just because of FOMO. But some of those are pretty cool.
Can't
I
get
would
those in stores, right? You won't be able to find those in stores, will you?
the pre-order is the order, they say. So if you miss the pre-order, then you're screwed and you got to buy secondary market. And like the Demolition, they're going for like $200 a pop now, and it's like they sold them for 50. I wish I would have just bought a couple, and even if I didn't want them, I'd have resell and make some money. But yeah, I didn't. Who'd have known? Who'd have thunk it? And like it was weird because like they made themselves the major wrestling figure podcast. They made Brian and Matt. It was like, oh, they look pretty good. And then like second round they made, I forget who. I think it might have been Demolition second round, and like they got a little bit better. I feel like there's somebody in between, but they got a little bit better. And you just like if you're not really paying attention, you didn't know like, oh, the pre-order is the order. So you're like, oh, I'll get them on Ringside. Ringside always orders shit, extra shit, and they were up on Ringside for like a week. And then when you said you would get those, I looked and they were gone. And now they're $200 a pop, and you can't they're not remaking them. They're not going to do repaints either, they said, really, if anything. If anything, they might do like another figure of certain people, but
So those guys made them themselves?
I mean, there's some like one of the guys that works for them either found a company or like does it like through. I mean, most people are like they find a factory in China and like say, can you make it this way, and then they get samples and they go, yeah, that's what we want, or no, and then paint them, and yeah, so that's kind of what they're doing. It's like, and then the other thing is like Chinese New Year shuts the country down for like weeks and weeks. So you have to like get all your shit in before Chinese New Year and get it on the boat before Chinese New Year, or like it's not coming till like summer or further down the line. It's like, okay. So yeah, apparently I mean, they're supposed to be really good, these big rubber, and each line gets better. Like the Demolition was better than the ones before it. And then apparently the Ric Flair and the Sergeant Slaughter are like a little bit better. Like they're getting better at painting and whatever place they have them at, get them from. So
why can't we do something like that?
I mean, you can, but like I mean, I'm sure it's the thing where like you make a deal with, I mean, you can make a deal with like, call it Macho Man's widow or whoever it is and be like, we want to make a figure. And then like, you have to have a plan and be like, this is how much, we'll give you this percent. We're going to sell it for $50 and we'll give you $25 of every figure we make. And then we'd have to have our own, like, I don't know how much it costs to get these figures made. Probably ideally less than $10 per figure if you order a certain amount, and then you gotta like, it's a lot. It's pretty involved from what I can tell. And like,
so whatever happened with that Zombie Sailor WrestleMania 7 Macho Man?
I mean, his deal was like, that's another problem. Like, he made a deal with a factory and like
Cardona? Are you talking about Cardona?
No, the Zombie Sailor guy. He's just like one of their fans, and he's like, I'm gonna try and make Hasbro style figures because nobody's making them right now. It was before WWE started making them again, and so he went to these. I don't know. He has extra money he has a bunch of money from whatever he does for a living. So then he went and said he got like 20 people signed the contracts, and he decided this is gonna be my first line is gonna be these 6 or 7 figures. Got like Sabu and fucking whoever, and Cardona and Myers, and then they made the deal, and then it was like 2 years before the figures came out. He got the drawings, and then he had people pre-order based on like renders and like factory samples and shit, and that was like 2 years because the factory was like taking so long with it, and like he was having to send shit back, like, no, this isn't right, do this. And then they finally came out, and then the second line came out a little bit quicker, but it was still like a year and a half. And then the third line just like one of them just came out, and I think the rest are coming. It's probably been a year, but he signed like hundreds of people to contracts, and he said like, I'm gonna make this one, I'm gonna make that one, and like Macho Man's gonna be a Rush. The CM Punk is like super rushed one, and supposedly that's gonna come out before anything else that's besides the third line. So it's still not like, it's not Mattel you're dealing with though. Mattel is like the top toy brand apparently, and making figures at least, and they'll just like who's somebody that just debuted or is like just I can't even think of anybody, but like say Tama Tonga debuts at WrestleMania, there's a good chance he'll get a figure within a year, like on the shelves, you know. But nobody else, like any other toy company, especially like some weird Chinese dealership, you know, isn't gonna put something out that quickly. Like there's a lot of like, apparently it takes a lot longer, you know. But I don't know. So yeah, the Macho Man might be sooner than others, but it might be a year from now.
Because that was like about a year ago when we ordered that that WrestleMania 7, that was going to be an Ultimate, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably a year ago, and then the contract got fucked up and whatever. So maybe that's something they can announce this year too at Comic-Con. They could be like, "Oh, Macho Man's back," or who knows.
They only got so many more Macho Mans to make, though, huh?
That's probably the other thing. They're like, we don't want to pay as much as we're paying because there's only like 5 more we can make that aren't remakes. And
Yeah, I'm sure they'd like to get that WrestleMania 7.
yeah.
They probably could do WrestleMania 8. They could do WrestleMania 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but who knows? We'll see. So here's a side note. The rugby league is coming to Allegiant tomorrow night, which is like Aussie rules rugby, which is slightly different than what Alzavi plays, but still rugby. And then, so all like the rugby people from all over that are in town, and she like 2 are staying at our place. Another one just showed up to like do something. I don't know, get cleats or something. And then, hello, what's happening? Oh, hi. Oh, cool. Yeah, she just like shows off the toy room like anybody gives a shit. And it's like they're like, oh, or like one of them was like, oh, I was gonna see if you had any rock figures or something. Like, I don't know. Everybody's just like,
Dude,
I'm sure people are like,
legendary,
oh,
man.
cool. It's probably like kind of cool, and it's like also this person's a fucking psycho. How old is this guy? He's like 40, and he's got all these fucking.
The toy room is legendary.
Yeah, but
I don't even have a toy room. I just put that shit in the living room.
Yeah, I think there's a level. It's like if you have like 5 figures if you have like 2 figures on your mantle, it's like whatever. And then if you have like 10, it's probably 10 to 20. It's probably like it's kind of sad. And then if you have like hundreds, it's like it's kind of impressive, even though this guy's a weirdo, you know.
Somewhere in between 20 and 100, right?
Yeah, so I think it's starting to get impressive. Like, oh, okay, that's kind of impressive, or like, but I don't know. I don't know what women think. Or I bet it dries up some pussies for some of them.
Comment down below, anybody about that.
Is your pussy
if I had to bring a chick over here, I'd have to box all that shit up, huh?
Yeah, or like I was saying, I don't know what that room is next to your bathroom, but you could probably make that like
that could be the toy room. Just
put up some shelves, make it a toy room, and then anybody asks, it's like, it's just like my nephews. It's not in your living room, so it's a little more like, oh, okay, nephew room. But I don't know.
That's just kind of cool.
I have it in this side room, so it's like if I really didn't want somebody to see it, I just close the door. But then my lady just shows everybody anyway, so it's like,
Dude, your shit's nice, man. You got a good
set. I like it, even though the room's kind of a hoarder room, like clutter, but I've gotten it to where it's like usable. Like I'm sitting in here now, so it's all right.
All right. Well,
yeah, I'll probably go if I'm gonna do my leg workout. It's getting late.
All right. Well, be safe. We'll be in touch.
All right.
God bless.
That's right.
Beware the Ides of March.
Yep.
Get your pets spayed or neutered.
Yep. Don't.
What's up, Simmer? Shout out to Simmer.
Oh yeah, Simmer.
Simmer.
Old Simmer.
Good old Simmer.
That guy's a powerhouse.
Yeah, that guy could have been he could have been a superstar, I think. Like, of everybody, like, you and Simmer could have been, like, the fucking tag team, like.
There's still time. We're both, like, probably 38.
Tama Tonga style?
Yeah, it's, like, just beginning. We just get I bet we could get an AEW match. I just maybe my next investment, I'll buy or rent a ring or something. We'll do some training, and then I
think you know somewhere where you could get a ring cheap, right?
Yeah, probably. I know a few people, and then Yeah, Simmer doesn't. I mean, he's really big. If he's still as big as he used to be, like it's like I'm kind of big, but I'm tall more than big. He was just big, so like he probably wouldn't have to take too many bumps. Be a lot easier to. It's an easier style to learn. I think you don't have.
Hey, he
He's not,
might be strong style though. I could see him being strong style too. You know,
I feel like
he was an ornery fuck, man. He could fuck fools up.
yeah, I feel like we could just go to Japan like pretty quick. Just
You
show
guys
up.
could
I feel like
fucking,
giant white guys are here. Like they're good.
yeah, dude, that'll put asses in seats in the Tokyo Dome.
Mm-hmm.
Two giant white guys, and then you guys could go to the freaking famous steakhouse over there.
Yeah, Ribera, get some jackets.
With the Zubas.
Yeah. He can do all the lifting. I'm tired of lifting things. I think I got tennis elbow. Gotta do something about that. But I'll just stand there.
Yeet! All right.
All right.
I'll talk to you later.
All right. Sounds good.
Have a good night.
All right. You too. Bye.
Fly, Eagles, fly on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly. Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly.